Welcome everyone back to the Frankfurt Famous channel. I know I've been missing for a few days, you guys. I apologize as I wasn't doing too well. I've been having some bad allergies during this time, but I'm doing better and finally moved into my new place. So I'm going to continue to provide you with updates and discussions going around Chelsea Football Club. So please stay tuned with me as we go through some crazy but also some exciting news that is going to be happening. I know we had that Arsenal defeat. That was one of those games that really put me in a dark place, but I really want everybody to understand that Frank Lampard has done a lot to help us reach the Champions League, and we just have to say, you know what, this is when we got to bite the bullet and say congratulations to Arsenal on that win. And we know the FA Cup is a trophy that we would love to win, but something we shouldn't get down on us about, as we have plenty of more to play for. So what I want to discuss today with you viewers about is some interesting news. Especially we're hearing Willian, I mean, he's been a loyal servant to us, is asking for a longer contract than the 2 years we're willing to offer him. That is something we need to really discuss and talk about, because we know what he offers to the team, but it's the direction that we're going. Also, what has been brought up is Frank Lampard's trying to revamp. So there's a couple of players who have been spoken about that are either going to be leaving the club or we're looking to good pay for them. But what are those players that are being spoken about? How are we going to look at them if they leave the club, and who are we going to look at to finally replace them? So hold on tight, viewers. We're going to be talking about some great topics today, and I look forward to hearing your views about what you think is going to be happening in the near future. All right, you guys, so let's talk about Willian. Willian. 7 years at the club. I mean, 37 goals. This is a player who came into our club with some very exciting reviews on him. And he has had the opportunity to really blossom. Even though he played a lot in the shadows of Eden Hazard, we did have that 1 year where Hazard wasn't at his best. But we could definitely see that Willian was ready to step up and scored some very, very clinical goals we needed to win our competitions. But we are seeing now that he is getting older, which happens right as we get older. But the biggest thing is that he hasn't lost all of his quality, which is something he can add, that veteran leadership to our youth team. But what we're starting to see now is we're making a youth movement, and we're looking at young talents and giving them the opportunity to really show their determination, and also to show that they're able to take on the responsibility and be a leader for the club. What are we going to do, you guys? We're put in the hard place right now because Willian does not want to sign the 2-year contract. He wants to stay longer, and he believes that a lot that he has done for the club is worth that, even though the club is very strict about giving players over 30 years old long contracts. But come on, you guys. Are we going to let Willian walk out and straight into Arsenal's team? We already saw that happen with David Luiz. It was heartbreaking to see that a player of ours is going over to play at a club we don't even respect. And to see Willian get the opportunity to work under Arteta could be frightening. Yes, he has lost a little bit of his speed, but he has the quality, and he's a champion. He's won trophies, and that is only going to add to their squad that they have now. For me, I would love to see Willian, if he does decide to leave, play for a club outside of the Premier League. But our hands are tied because we don't want to seem like we're handcuffing these players and tossing them to other places and not showing them that respect they deserve to go and play for another club if we're not going to offer them what they want, because they want to stay here. So, viewers, tell me what you think. Do you think that it is time for us to move past Willian and to bring in some talent that is going to be able to flourish in his position? Or is this wrong of us to let this player go who still has the quality to perform and who could definitely be a player who can come off the bench and provide the experience and still has goals in him? Let me know what you think down in the comment. I would love to hear your opinion. Mine, I think it's time that we finally let Willian go, and we look forward to Frank Lampard's vision of these young players who are going to be coming in, who have a whirlwind of talent and could actually change the dynamic of our team. Hey guys, so what I'm starting to see and hear, these rumors that are going around, is Frank Lampard is about to be ruthless, about to get rid of some of these players who he does not see in the future of the club and moving forward, which I back him 100%. There are a couple of names that are draining our squad and not adding to the value. And the best thing we can do next is to give them a home, and that is not going to be with the club anymore. They have done their time. I'm hearing these players' names like Christensen, Zuma, Rudiger. Before I get into those names that I heard that are going around, let's talk about some players who really need to be leaving the club. Batshuayi, Ross Barkley. We know Pedro's on the way out. Marcos Alonso, Emerson. These are the players that have had their time, and you can just see that a home in Chelsea is not what they are destined to have in their future. Those are the players that we need to be getting rid of. But to talk about Christensen, Zuma, Rudiger, let's understand one thing, you guys. And you can disagree with me. I would love to talk to you more about that in the comments to see what you think about what I'm speaking about right now. But come on, man. It's a laughing stock. Rudiger and Zuma, yes, we can see there's been some inconsistencies. I 100% agree with that. And we suffer when it comes to balls being played into the box. But do you see that there's no consistency with the back line at the moment? As we've played, many of games with different back lines. We see injuries happening, which we have to shuffle. We go back to a back three because we're seeing that the defense being exposed. But it all starts from the front before it gets to the back. So if we're weak in the position, either somewhere in the front, the midfield, the back line is also going to suffer at the same time. And I'll agree with you when it comes to that. We need a actual leader in the back line. 100%. That's the only way we're going to grow. Come on now. We had players of John Terry's skill set and leader. We definitely need a player like that. As we see, we've gone a long way with him honing the back line. And I think we should definitely dive into the market to find a player of that leadership. But to say to get rid of our whole back line and try to revamp that, it's crazy. You can see how much our back line has progressed under Frank Lampard. Go through the videos. Let me see if you can show me Kurt Zuma in his early years spraying the ball left and right across the field. Those are things that he has learned with more time and experience. Rudiger, yes, there's some mistakes he has in him, but you can see with the speed and you can see with his confidence on the ball, he's able to handle his own. And Andres Christensen, he is, suffering injuries every so often, so it's very hard for him to really gain that momentum. But when you do see him actually having that confidence, he's a hell of a player. And they've all only played for a year together, if you look at it during the stoppage time. Let's give him a little bit more time. Yes, we have suffered goals, and it's not just them that have taken part in the reason why we are losing and the reason why we are being scored on. It's a team whole. And I believe that if we let these players go without really having the chance to show themselves in one more year or in half a year time, we're really going to be kicking ourselves, because we can see that these players can go to other teams and help these other teams actually solidify their defense. We do need a leader, and I'm going to say it again. We need someone who's going to come in and who's going to be vocal. I mean, we do have an Azpilicueta since he entered the club to finally be in the position he is now, as we can put him anywhere across the back line. But he is also getting older too, and we do need to have some faith in our youth system. We see Tomori. He hasn't been getting playing times. I have no idea. I can't really answer that for you guys. I wish I had the answer for that. And I believe that he needs an opportunity to go out and play maybe somewhere in the Premier League on another team, so he can get some more experience, as he's only had the opportunities to really play more in the Championship. But I don't know. I just think it's nonsense to think that we're going to be getting rid of our back line and finding some players who are going to come in and change that all up. Frank Lampard knows who he really needs in that team, and he has a vision of who he really needs in that team. And we have some players that we can sell to bring in a quality central back, and also to bring in a quality left back. Those are the positions that we should be concentrating after Kai Havertz has finally graced us with his presence, which we are hoping on. That will happen soon. But let me know what you think, guys. Am I crazy? Is this nonsense I'm speaking of? Or do you feel the same way I do about getting rid of our back line and trying to find players to fill that role? Leave a comment down low. So you guys, I want to thank you for viewing into my channel, and looking forward to speaking with you more as we head into the Champions League, and as we're heading into another year of excitement, as we are bringing in some quality players who are just going to need some time to build that confidence and also build that consistency of playing with each other and believing in Frank Lampard's techniques, because we all know he is one of the greats. But please don't forget to like. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to speaking with you guys soon. Come on, Blues!